What is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C. I know if y'all been waiting for these particular views, shout out to my YouTube fam, but if y'all been following my update videos, it's been a minute. And I had to get adjusted again to actually say this, Hi, it's me, Tasha C. And in this particular video, I will be recapping David Makes Man. It's been a long time since I said that. Uh, as far as a video like this, it makes man. That I said man. Lord Jesus, I'm gonna keep it in there, y'all. Season 1, episode 5 review. Of course, I gotta make up some, so I may try to get a couple more episodes tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna upload them. I'm behind anyway. But, like I said, my goal is to definitely finish up this series so when the season finale, y'all, is already here, is coming this Wednesday, I will be up to par as far as having all these have these views set, and then like I said, we'll be like I said, up to cope. I'm just like so shocked. And does anybody, like I said, I don't know if anybody's gonna watch, like, hopefully y'all will, at least a couple y'all will, whatever. Will watch, because like I said, these are like at least a month behind this, this review. Like I said, it's about these episode 10. I'm just reviewing episode 5, y'all. And heck, I had to make up a couple of the episodes during this season, but that's life. But anyway, y'all, I just hope that, because this was a great series, that there will be season 2. Because definitely, I will find some way to get back on here and review and watch season 2 and whatever series they have, whatever. Okay, so shout out to my YouTube fam, whatever, and probably subscribe. Like we see, like, see, watch, whatever. So, anyways, or listen to watch my podcast as well. You want to add that in, got videos on here too. So, anyways, y'all. Now, this is technically the mid-season episode, and we're starting to see, like, we're picking up where we left off. Now, Gloria unfortunately got fired from this trash bag slime ball, and she ended up getting fired. So we're kind of seeing, I don't know, maybe it's been a couple of days, whatever, since this incident has occurred. And we're seeing in the morning how they're getting ready for school. And, the mom, the mom, was, cleaning up stuff, whatever, and coming into the room. But then around this time again, like I said, is the visual poetry in motion. So we're seeing, like, David look up at the sky and he's having a connection and he's talking about, I think, like some sea organisms, something like that, something octopus, shellfish, something like that, whatever. And then there's connection where he's talking about, like sea months, stuff like that. And then we see Saren, he's looking up in the sky and he's like finishing, I don't know if this already came out or if this specifically was written for the show, about, it's like certain things out of space. And then Marissa's having a moment. She sees this, I don't know, this little fuzzy little spider, and she's just magnificent about the bugs. So she seems to be fascinated where she loves bugs. It looked like she had like some statues of ladybugs in her thing, and they're all connected, like how space or the earth, or just beyond that, some type of connection. I don't know, like, what is the genie connection about it, but all of them like have a connection, like just seeing beyond, seeing beyond certain things. Like, this is not the first time that David has had like some connection with water or indirect with water. And what I mean by that is, it's like we all see, and it could be, like I said, I mean, I'm not no expert. I didn't go that far in my psychology field, but the connection with water, even with sweat, and how he oversweats, because maybe he's doing too much, and maybe the traumatization is one of the side effects also of him with the death of Sky and the water. And then he said, I think he came from the mud and had like a connection with water, I think in the first episode connection. So he's has like some attraction connection to the water. And they bring up water again, I'll bring up later in the series. So it's a unique connection. And then his connection to Saren with like he was talking, like I said, about space. I'm sorry I'm not about ready, but like I said, it's just so deep how everyone who reviews the show or watches the show can interpret, because that's how deep the show is. And phenomenal writing. and visuals, of course. So, what's Marissa? But as soon as she's looking at the book and she's all fascinated, her little brother was like, "What? There goes your third Bug's Life memoir." Okay, so she all bad, and the mama like because she looks at Sarah as like the perfect, I guess, possible husband or something from Marissa, whatever. She's got her like put on this certain lotion here, put on this dress because she wants her to go dance. At the same time, they um. Gora's coming in to clean up whatever, and she goes through David's bag. Now, first she's looking in the drive. Now David's already kind of scared, but he ain't saying nothing back. He think the weed smell because remember he was up there, carrying, oh, I forgot the term when you like a whole bye like a zip. What was it like a zip of bag of weed or something like that? I think that was more than a zip. Um, okay, I don't know all the terms, okay, y'all. So pound of weed, whatever, and he just like concerned. And she just like, what's these distractions? And then she sees the dance thing. And then kind of, it was a distraction, whatever. And she asked me, he's going to go to dance or whatever. And he like, she like, well, I got it. She started getting one of them water coolers thing, but jigs, taxed, that little water machine. And she got the money, whatever. It's $5 ago, right? And she was like, try to find a date, whatever. And he decides to go because she, agrees to go, especially to distract her. Because remember, he wrote, if y'all remember, when he had that pound of weed, he also had wrote down the name of the particular pills because it was the pound of weed, the pounds of weed, and I think and some pills, and prescription pills, but street drills, same thing, in some cases. And it started with an M or something like that. I don't know what it was. I didn't honestly write it down. But she was like, "What is this?" And he was like, "Oh, I was just writing something like doing a math question, something like that." And he was like, "Yes, I'll go to dance." Distraction. So, like I said, you get ready for school, then Marissa's mom's up there, doing just for me or doing some press or something like that. She's like, "Mom, I got to get ready for school," but she's trying to make sure her daughter's presentable for this boy that she is like, okay, Sarah is the ideal boy, but he's in an ugly situation, okay? So, whatever. And so, I don't think they show Sharon getting like ready for school, nothing like that. So, Gloria's, I guess, on the way to take KG to school, Jonathan Greg to school and get them ready, whatever. And this is also a day where it's supposed to be the second and originally final session with Dr. Bree. And so they're on their way, and then you see these girls jump rope. It's like everybody like get ready for school, but everybody's in a jump rope, about to jump rope with KG, whatever. And then I think this little girl named Sheila, which her name gets brought up again later on. I hope I can remember it because y'all, I'm hard headed. I don't write notes. I just do this and keep going. But so she like, once they do the jump roping, and the young girl was like, would they even try to get David to do it? And David is like, "Nah, I'm good, whatever." Or Day, because in the video, he's Day. Because he has like three personalities. He has David, I guess that's maybe what his mama only calls whatever. It's Day in the Ville, that people know him at, or is in the hood. At school, he's DJ, and there's David. Which, when he first met Dr. Bree, we had seen the three Davids and the different parts of his personality, or different persons in the same person, okay? And so, going forward, Sheila was like, their Dave with this little smart ass. He probably calculating, doing fractions stuff out the jump rope, instead doing it. And Gloria was like, "I'm just gonna pretend like you didn't say that." And the little girl like, "Okay, well, I forgot you were his mom. Maybe that was compliment." And then you got Mrs. Grouch, the Miss Renegade, and she's like, "Y'all do that loud. Y'all need to take y'all staff to get ready for school." And she was just like, I want to do that to her too. But I'm not gonna put in the episode because I ain't gonna lie, I have watched other people's reviews. I'm finally just starting to watch the episodes. But some people that are like that, where they just seem like they're miserable or they're mad, or something like that, or whatever. If they're going through something, their way of doing it is being mean to others. Whether they, crip walking on the keyboards, saying certain comments, or being just mean or mad, whatever. You don't know what people are going through. It's kind of sad when people have to act like that, but it is what it is. So, okay, David is on his way to school, And Barista gets ready because she getting dropped off with her mom, and she originally wanted to wear a red for her mom. Got her sitting here with a polka dot, showing the best dressed on her. Okay, whatever, right? And and you see first David was even trying to ask her, and she was like, no, because her mom's determined, or determined, and I think El Teddy explained, with her accent that to Saren is like, this is the target, ask him. So, but y'all seen too, maybe we've seen that, because the mom was talking about a certain lotion, whatever. And I could have sworn, because the moms have to do too much, that I could have seen that she had lotion all here, whatever. Like, and I'm like, David, do you see? I could have sworn the child had lotion all on here, whatever, right? And so, like I said, they're getting ready for, they're going to class and showing, like, because it's interest. I think that Tara's one of his classes, but not in the magnet program, right? So we see that Dr. Bree and him are talking, and Dr. Bree brings some snacks, trying to get him more to open up about the situation. Um, what's going on? Like, okay, like there was some of the stuff was brought up as like, okay, he usually watches Brother KG, and then Dr. Bree was asking like, well, who watches you? And he's like, well, Miss Elijah, and he's like, okay, basically even asking like questions like, do you feel comfortable with Miss Elijah? He was like, because I'm not. He was also explaining, I'm not homophobic, and so. But he asked him, basically, are you comfortable as Miss Elijah has done anything? He was like, no. So, um, and like I said, some of the stuff he was asking him was like, mentioning about the first time, and like all things must die. And he was like, yeah, he does. But he was also explaining, like, well, who did you trust, whatever. Then he was also asking questions like, when you were, I mean, you said you were around, Sky, and that, whatever. He was, a dealer, whatever, right? And he was like, did your mom know he was this dealer, whatever? And he was like, and he was like, well, no. He was like, so you found? Do you think it was right? Basically like to be around this person, even though your mama told you not to be around this person and all. And then when he started kind of like asking more questions about Sky, and asking him certain things, I'm surprised again. And this is the second time he has done this, where David starts to have like either tremors in I think his right or left leg, and it begins to shake, and either a tick. But it's like, is he not hearing, or maybe it's meant for us to hear because we're watching as the viewer of the story being told on screen. And we just hearing him take, and you could see like how even his reaction is. And when he was trying to ask him to a point about you know, where was he, or something about referring to Sky Stephen. I think that's when the session is. You could tell like how more tense David was getting. And he was even asking like, did you trust Sky? I mean, but did you trust Sarah? You always said it seemed like y'all were able to talk about certain things or whatever. But again, David was kind of like, you could tell was starting to close in. And so basically, after that whole session, like I said, y'all have to watch for yourselves. He's basically saying, I know it was only supposed to be 2 sessions, but it's up to you and your mom. He's like, yeah, okay, I guess. And so before the doctor said, psychiatrist said, like, I'll keep you slide over a couple of this. David road run out of that damn his office to get out of there, and because he wants to do more sessions with him, because he also was going to offer him, because he asked him, does he have problems sleeping. And he said, yeah, he just go to sleep for a couple hours. And he was about to write him a prescription. I forgot Mel. I'm not pronouncing it, but the something starts MEL. It's a certain medication that sometimes you an auto counter, but it's also prescription wise that helps you go to sleep or help. And he's just like, no, because pills, which 9 times out of 10 is what Gloria had an addiction to, or one of the addictions to, or one of the things. He's kind of scared about possibly maybe either his mom getting it, or possibly him getting addicted to pills. You know what I mean? Or like, okay, I seen what it did to my mama, or even other people around, since he was, like I said, he was around Sky, or been around dudes and seen, responses, possibly people with addiction. So he probably is scared as hell. So there was also another scene where, as the principal seems like she seems to have a problem with David. And because she's like asking the doctor, questions, but how do you think he fits still in the magnet program? And Dr. Bree was like, what do you mean? Well, I'm just saying he was in the fight. Him and Saren were both in the fight. Okay, Saren is not the one getting counseling, only David is. Okay? Because even though, David was one initiated fight, both of them were in a fight. And you want to be technical with it, even though David was the one who first said the words, Sarah was the one who threw the punches. Okay? So, but like I said, it just seemed like, how sometimes there are people and there are adults that pick on kids too, unfortunately. And it just seemed like, I don't know, the principal is looking at David as like, because of his stress, or feels like he is, in a dangerous, he's a dangerous, a problematic person, and kind of like looks down at him, or looks down at, or this situation, instead of like trying to find ways to uplift him, even if he is, say, in this troubled environment that she may think he is or might be in. And because even Dr. Bree was like, okay, whatever, because it was a couple scenes, like I said, they were just talking. Not a couple scenes, but it was a couple scenes between Marissa, Sarah, and whatever in the thing, because like Marissa already asked Sarah, and they were supposed to go to the dance, and Marissa's letting every David, everybody, oh, that girl, unless you go get boobs, oh, she taking, take. Sarah was like, I would have went by myself, but I gotta go. I'm going with her, so Marissa, so trying to find somebody else. Okay. Now we also have later on, I think, before, um, now I don't, like I said, I'm doing top of my head. Now there's one scene where the mom, of course, wants to have go as like tear to the dance eventually later on, but it was on his way back home, and we see Sky. Like I said, Sky was kind of there before they went to school. He was kind of happy, just saying, kind of, you know, like, I guess like his encouraging words to him. And then we seen him later on his way back home. Like, I'm just like, I just imagine behind the scenes the actors, you know, that play David and play Sky when they did this scene. Even though we all know, unfortunately, this is hallucination with David, it still was like hilarious. And even, of course, some of the guys who were also in the scene as well, the actors like who played Snowy, and of course Ray. And Ray, I don't want to mess with him, but I had researched, and I didn't know, because I didn't watch so think he dance like this. And actually, he's a phenomenal talented dancer, y'all. Research him, y'all. He can dance. He is a phenomenal dancer. Okay, y'all. He just so I'm just saying. So anyway, so he, basically, like, Sky's trying to give advice, because it's the title of episode. I never bring up the title of the episodes. Usually I forget about them. I'll just go by numbers. But it was called like polarizing, poetry to these hoes or something like that. And that's where he's bringing up about, how to probably approach terrors before that. And um he was like, okay. And then he comes in the sky blue suit. Okay. And he's like, come on. And then he got his little microphone, y'all. And then they started remaking. And it was like, you got this whole scene. It was like a video shoot. And they're up here lip syncing. You got Sky up here like this. And you got David in the microphone. And they started new edition, If It Isn't Love. Okay. And they had even a dance background, and they got water. They up there dancing in the water and stuff. But then you see like this, David. You see Shinobi, all the guys. He's like so into the hallucination in his own music video, and they was like, "What is y'all? What the hell is you doing?" And laughing. I think William, which is Shinobi's brother, was like she said something about that pearl and something. And then you see tears of girls going on. You see Shinobi that says like a sad, but sometimes a comment with some of these dudes that say like an inappropriate comment. I don't know how old Shinobi is, and that I think he like 18 or 19 years old, doing whatever, saying like how Tara, oh, you that Tara, oh, she gonna be fixed up, whatever, and blah blah blah. Oh, she but this, I didn't know no business. And David kind of got Finn was about to go up to him, and Ray, is in that mode that he looking, but he ain't about to do nothing in this scene, whatever. Okay, whatever. And then it kind of just get diffused, but nothing happened, and then it just goes to the next scene. So we see later on that the mom pulls out, and it's interesting. I want to bring out like the color. He got Sky. He has a sky blue on when he comes to the hallucination to David a couple times in this episode. And also that's the same color of the suit that David has. And on top of that, I forgot to mention when Dr. Bree was asking David about what was Sky's, do you know Sky's name and real name? He was like, no, but he was like, but his name is Lamar. And he said Lamar, he was like, that's like supposed to be something, L or alarm means something to do with the sea. And again, there's some connection. I'm not saying that's all connected, but it just seemed like you got sky, you got blue on, you got the water, you got this, you got, just blue all over. Okay. And it was just interesting that the suit that Gloria picked up had, that she still had when he came out, because, he was about to go use the bathroom, and then she was talking about maybe he should ask Tara, because, she was trying to get an update about the thing. At the same time, here she is still finding pissy ass sheets for JG, and trying to tell him like, we got to figure out the solution. Either you're bold, you ain't little no more. Okay, we need to stop this. Unless you go, do you want me to throw the sheets on the bed so you're pissed? It be baby base just rolling in piss. That's also one of the things that they talked about in the session as well at the beginning of the thing. Like, he was kind of scared to say the word pissy, and he was about to finish talking about like the pissy ass sheets and stuff. And that's what he was kind of asking, like, do your friends know? Yeah, I forgot to ask. Do your friends know about, like, your life in the village? Like, the lady, like the me, rent manager, whatever the heck she is, and Miss Elijah, blah, blah, blah. Do you ever tell your friends about that? And we all know it's kind of like David wants to keep those people inside him, a personality separate. He want Dave, David, and Dave, and DJ all separate. Okay. And so we, like I said, when she finally gets up, so we can both go to the go put the suit on, so he can up there ask Tara with the suit. I mean, Teji, who the boy who plays him, they got even he was cracking me up. I ain't gonna lie, KG is a he was just supposed to help because he came out. Now the suit up front was, but he was prepared for the flood. Sorry, spoiler alert. They supposed to prepare for the hurricane or something like that supposed to come through in these later episodes. And I mean, David was already prepared, and actually could have wore those pants in his hallucination scene when they were tapped, and the water was, they had some water special effect on the flow, and he could have had those all ready for him in that scene, because those pants with him and Sky, like I said, were doing the hallucination, doing their video music scene. So he like, okay, Jacora's like, it's okay, any girl will be so happy to go. So he did go outside with it, but thank goodness Miss Elijah came out and seemed like, David, he was like about to ask, he was talking and he was like, what, basically. Like, I don't want to go out, and, basically to himself. And Miss Elijah heard David. He's like, come upstairs, I can help you out. And Miss Elijah helped with the pants, and she was also trying to get him addicted. But it was interesting. Now you had like Sky was trying to talk to David in a way, like, don't look at the way we're kind of like talk to her, like kind of almost like, be on some player mode type of stuff. And then you have Miss Elijah was trying to say, like, tell her, like, I've been looking for you all this time type of stuff. Say some facts. You gotta be on your feet like Prince Purple Rain when the doves cry and all this other stuff. And just, just trying to get back started in the background, like, no, saying all that. But she was about to originally give him a dickie. He was about to sit here look prepared for the 1970s and early 80s, the rubber things. Like, just thank you, Miss Elijah, just help the pants. And he had, and it, they also too had a couple of one or two buttons, give us, his little his, Alice, chest, whatever, not all the way, but you know what I mean. But that's what Miss Elijah said, keep one button open. And so he went, and he first was talking about octopuses and spell plur stuff with the eye was like his favorite terror, but he did was able to invite her to the dance. So we get ready with preparation for this dance, whatever, right? And we got it where they're about to go. They're taking pictures, and this is what I gather is I think it's at least 2009, because if y'all been paying attention, the phones that they had, they still have the phones. We didn't start like seeing like phones like these, like the smartphones or the Moravans, y'all little Apple people. No offense. Okay, but y'all iPhones and stuff like that. At that time we still had were MP3 players and iPods, like just music players or movie players / because some of them having features were separate, and they didn't have it all on the phone. And we didn't have like, I mean, you had the kid tablets, but not like these, tablets where they were like can be used almost as a second computer. Or did the iPad start come out? I ain't googling that. But anyways, so because the reason why I'm saying this is because with the music, with the song they had played, which was interesting, they played, even though it's probably edited version when they go to dance. Like I said, Gloria intervened because they still had disposable cameras too as well. So Gloria was able to borrow Miss Elijah's car and take it to dance. As soon as they're going in, um, to the dance, but I got to rewind real quick before I say this, but I'm just letting y'all know. There's a song called Clap Them Thighs was playing. I was like, Clap Them Thighs. I could have sworn I heard this song, because like that's how much I've been on YouTube. I was like, let me Google it. I could have sworn it was 10 years ago, and it was. It did come out 2009. I forgot the M. I don't want to mess their mess up, but it's a song. The title was called Clap Them Thighs, and also closed caption also showed it because I got them. I run that to sometimes it helps. But anyways, at the same time, Marissa is at Saren's them house. And it's even awkward. You had to see, like, I was just cringing on Marissa when you got to see, of course, like I said, both of the young ladies look very lovely as well. And, you got to see Saren's parent, stepdaddy, that, and the mama, kiss, whatever. I was like, Marissa, like this, like, anyway, so, um, and then Sarah comes out and, Sarah's mom, oh my gosh, look at you, oh, your hair. And I was like, how is she saying that your hair? Is she trying to say like, oh my gosh, it is nappy and I wish it was permed out, whatever, or was she saying look nice? It just made it seem like some say, never mind. But anyways, so she's about to get a camera or something like that, whatever, because she wants to take by somewhere. I don't know, near damn Flower, Lily, whatever. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. And then it was a cringy scene, and then that Nick, I don't know what his name is. The trash bag was also married to biological Saren's mom, because I have some, could be words to say about that bitch too. So he's up here putting on the tie. You could see him. Let me help you with tie. I gotta help these many kids as many times as I can. And he's like, Marissa, you just like you, Robert. I know you feel just like the way I am. That we think that Saren is very special, and he's just like this. Saren is, but it's like you compare. You know what? Never mind. It was just was over. So right before about to take a picture, Sarah's mom comes, and Marissa's arms are showing, and she's put a shawl. Put this on. Don't give out the farm. Probably that those saying like, don't give out the milk for free or something like that. But Marissa's like, put that shawl on the table, like what the hell. So when they're on the way to dance, and they got Clap Them Flies playing. Do you got Marissa? David introduces Tara to Marissa and Sarah. You should have seen Marissa's face, because Sarah was like, "Oh, how y'all doing?" She's like, "I love your hair." Marissa just looking like this, not saying nothing. Sarah's like, "Hi, how are you?" Blah 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 blah, whatever, right? And she was like, "Day," say something about that. And it was like, "Day." Yeah, Day. And David's like, "Oh my gosh, like they're gonna find out this. They ain't supposed to find out about that." So in his mind, everything is falling. You got a blow up, palm tree falling, lights and everything, certain things falling. Of course, this is in David's head, and he has nothing to say. So I don't know how long they were at the dance, because we have a scene where Dr. Woodtrack, of course, was there, and she is talking to Tara, and Tara's talking about like trying to get into a dance program. And Dr. Woodtrap is like, oh, well, you probably do for now. She was like, but you haven't seen me dance. She was like, you probably will. And she was like, well, David wants to get, I think, that Thurston school, or Thurston. And she's like, well, Dr. Woodtrap's like, well, yeah, he may want to, but, And she's like, I don't know why he would want to go to that school. Terry is, because, it's mostly just a sleepaway school and, an all-boys school or something like that, right? And then, David is, like, near, like, he could hear what's going on. So she was, and so Dr. Woodstrap asked, Tara, like, how do they meet? And she was like, well, David used to be around these boys, these group of boys. One of these boys was like the type of girl, was like touchy-feely, crossing the line, don't touch me now type of, as far as like you ain't supposed to be touching, but up there crossing the line. So it's like when she started, but not get a chance with the story, it sounded like kind of like, in a way where you might misinterpret unless you hear what everything she was going to say. And he took away, okay, let's dance, whatever, took her away after she was saying that. And she was like, why do we get a chance to let me go to the story without, with her? Because I was going to say how you saved me, from from the guy, the little pervert boy, I guess, whatever. So they are, they I think they were trying to dance, and David felt uncomfortable. She was the kind of dancing, but he was just like awkward. And then she see about chocolate Fondue machine, and she goes over there, and she's just like, oh my gosh, she's chocolating up some grapes, some strawberries, and everything. And she's like, I can't wait to tell Sheila. She was the smart mouth little girl in the beginning, right? But I agree with her about Mrs. I forgot her name, Mrs. Hornet. I know that's probably not that lady's name, but I can't think. But whatever, the red lady. So um, anyways, they sat there and he was like, you know what, just keep that private to yourself. And she's like, why the has to be secret? Like, he was like, some things are meant to be secret or whatever, because he doesn't want her telling everybody who, again. And it's, she even, because actually David does have a crush on Tara, but again, he's trying to feel like, because you have this, these, there's just race issues, and it seems to be, self-hatred, color issues, unfortunately, physical, abusive issues, child abuse issues, and stuff like that is what's going on. And of course, being a vibrant class issues. So, in this case, one of the things with David is he's embarrassed and thinking like, like, oh my gosh, if people know this and this, whatever, nobody is supposed to know in the hood that he's actually, highly intelligent, trying to, get himself like, be, outside of it, not be statistic. And he's, to a certain point, but he don't know how to deal with it. And it's kind of like embarrassed, it was like, don't tell nobody. And then she got mad and threw her little final plate. Some of the kids looked, but they didn't say anything, whatever. Because, she was talking out like, you embarrassed me, whatever. What you mad because you don't want people to know that, about this, whatever. You trying to keep up some with your drug, your hood boys, friends. And she just left. But she didn't. I don't know where the heck she went to, or I don't know how long they stayed, because I thought she walked off walked off the dance period. But she ended up, actually, because obviously staying or waiting or whatever, or just maybe walked out the dance and still was just like waiting maybe outside the little gym or wherever they were had the dance. Because when they ended up leaving later on, they were on the same bus, and I'll get that in a second. So all before she left, there was a Sarah, and they came back. They must have been back from somewhere else, and they started dancing. And some jackass, some other little student, I don't mean to call it the kid that, but it was a jackass statement. Okay, some little mischievous boy gonna call Saren a pussy, and it was dancing. He lucky, like, he must have been not in the same class when Saren had punched David. He would punch his best friend. Okay, never mind. He might have been not the same class, and I'm just saying. But Marissa was like, don't worry, people, you special and stuff like that. So they, that's what happened. So David is in the back of the bus and Sky's back there. And then you hear, I think it was a frog or a gecko or something like that, and it's doing noise, and Sky refers to something about that has something to do with mating season or something like that. And then when he's talking to him actually Sky, he's talking out loud because a lot of these hallucinations are starting to play into real life, as that's why he was up here doing this new edition dance, and everybody could see that. Just like Sonobi was the first one who seen, when he was doing, pounds, and also the introduction of the star. I was about to say Sky, Star Child. That these hallucinations now are starting to interact with his real life more, and they're, because he's not being properly diagnosed and getting the right medication for it, it's starting to come and affect him more. You know what I mean? So he said, I fuck up everything. I mess up everything, whatever. I'm sorry. Because he said something like, I'm sorry, I'm not normal. And Scott was like, F normal. You know what I mean? But he's basically saying, I'm sorry, whatever. And then Tara is looking at him, and she kind of, is giving. So he eventually picks up the little, gecko, frog, whatever, and he's, so say he was like, don't worry about it, because she was like, oh, you got the frog in your hand, but he basically apologized, and he asked to sit with her, so they basically reconcile and make up as far as being platonic friend or whatever, and apologize or whatever. But she does bring out a couple things. She was like, do you notice anyway Marissa likes you? And he's like, no, she doesn't. She hates me. And there's some people who get upset, but no, Marissa, we could tell, she was like, heck, when I came in there just to say hi, she acted like she was going to cut me with her eyes as soon as I approached, which, yeah, we've seen that. And and Sarah was nice too. It's nice you have a gay friend. He was like, gay friend, and I'm like, she was like, he's like trying to say no, that ain't true. And she was like, I see what you don't see. So, anyways, um, they basically go home. He was, he walks her to a door. She said you got makeup, and one day it gets about the fondue machine or whatever. And it looked like slowly, like they maybe was thinking about kissing, and her door opens, and mom opened the door. So it pretty much fades. So he goes upstairs, y'all, and he's looking through some of the bricks where they got design cuts with holes in it. And Sky comes back again. Like I said, this is like the third scene that he's had on this blue suit. And this matching exactly the same color as David's suit, the sky blue color. And so he said something like he messed up because I think this rain come back as snow beam, whatever, and he outside, whatever. But he was like, he messed up. He was actually too young to be the dad. Some cooch got him snatched. Saying something about Angie. He messed up. He's like, he more so had a brother relationship than more so being, a father relationship, I guess, with Ray. And he was like, he almost messed up everything, but he didn't. And he's kind of smart, like David, implying like, but he did not get messed up with David. Okay. And, David's going to the door, and he opens the door, and Gloria, in the same time, has taken KG to bury his toys. It was a couple toys he was playing with earlier. And I think also, too, when she was talking about David to go to the dance, she had a little bandage on, like right here in this area. And she said she had to donate plasma. And I think she could have sworn, if y'all can remind me, if y'all ever responded, could have sworn also, I think she pawned in the TV too, or something like that. The TV, because they only have one TV, and it was a living room. And she was saying y'all can read books. And so, or something like that happened on TV or whatever. But she decided to help him grow as a little man, or have this mentality to get him out, or thinking like these toys are pacifying or helping, or continue on this negative behavior of him with the urination or, bedwetting at night. Okay. And they buried it to her. So she's hugging them, because they're burying it. It's still in the Ville area where they bury these toys. So she's saying it's supposed to. So they coming back from doing this ritual, hopefully to help KG with his bedwetting issue. And David goes to the door, and Gloria's like, "What's wrong?" He throws down, and you see this paper that's basically like 3 days, like a warning about something about being due impossible eviction and stuff, and they don't get the money, the rent by a certain time, and that's how the episode credits ends. So to answer y'all, I got like 4 more episodes to go to make up, and then get ready for the season finale. So hugs and loves to you. Y'all take care. And like I said, y'all get a choice. You want to do a review marathon, y'all go ahead and watch this video. And I'll see y'all next one. Take care.